If you live in the Bay Area or if you live right here in somewhere in Arizona, you know from the title of the book, I won't say the whole title, Finding the One is blank. You fill in the blank. Our next guest, she gets right to the point when trying to help couples. Relationship expert and intimacy coach Allana Pratt is busy these days, and she is joining us now on Skype. And it's really interesting because you have had kind of a mix of Skype calls, Zoom calls, FaceTime calls, anywhere from folks kind of reconnecting during quarantine to those other couples that are unfortunately kind of fallen out of love.
Absolutely. I'm seeing the dark and the light. And so the ones who are really trying to reconnect, what they're dealing with is daily annoyance, right? On the surface, you just are so annoyed. But the gift is underneath the annoyance is a gift to maybe talk about, have we been talking about money? Maybe you're scared. Maybe you're feeling that, do they really appreciate me? Do they think I'm sexy anymore? Maybe you haven't forgiven them about the fender bender last summer. Generally, there's something under the surface that slowing down during COVID is a wonderful time to talk about these deeper issues and heal them so you can reconnect again.
So let's talk a little bit about kind of appearance, because, you want to be connected to your apartment. And sometimes, let's face it, both men and women, we're not maybe focused on our appearance. Maybe we are working from home and we don't feel like getting dressed. We're in our sweatpants all day, every day. How can we kind of keep the romance alive when we're not going out on dates or doing anything like that, and maybe we're looking a little grubby 99% of the time?
Well, I always like to say when mama's happy, everybody's happy. And when papa's happy, everybody's happy. So taking some time on your own for self-care, like shave the legs, right? This is a good idea to do, and literally still make a date night, even if it's in the living room or on the back porch or somewhere in the house, still make it special. Still take that time to slow down and remember what you're grateful for about each other, what turns you on about each other, what you deeply appreciate about each other. Because frankly, some people have lost those they love. And even though you might be annoying to each other, you still have each other. So what you focus on expands.
So let's talk a little bit about those annoyances, because sometimes, you're away from your partner so much. In our old kind of way of living, we didn't really realize the way that maybe they type because we're sitting right next to them, the way they handle their phone calls. Maybe they leave a lot of dirty dishes in the sink. How do we bring it up but not nitpick?
It's so good. I call it the sandwich. So the first one is, hey, babe, I love you. I'm so glad we're in this together. And the middle of the sandwich would be, hey, can I speak from my heart? What would it take for us to create a really clean kitchen together? We could take turns. And then the end of the sandwich would always be honor. And what do you think? How do you feel? So that would be a way to speak to your partner. But underneath, always remember that your partner is your greatest spiritual teacher. So you're supposed to practice patience, taking a deep breath, letting the little things go. Don't sweat, the small stuff.
Always good advice. So I know you've seen meltdowns, but you've also seen couples renew their vows. Talk about maybe some of the successes that you have witnessed during quarantine and how we can hopefully maybe mimic that in our lives.
Absolutely. So one of my clients, he was complaining about his wife, and I said, notice you're complaining about her too. So let's just zip it for the week and have a zero complaint zone. And if she was behaving amazing, what would you want to do for her? So he went in the backyard. First, he ran her a bath, actually. And then he mowed a heart in the lawn with the kids. And then he made dinner and told the kids to build a fort for Queen Mama. And they all ate dinner in the fort together. And really, it reconnected their hearts. And it's about being more playful, theatrical, and meaningful in your actions.
We're going to leave it like that. I loved that. Such a great example of something you can do and kind of show the kids how you can be a little creative during this time as well. Thank you. Some interesting and helpful tips and advice that we hope all the couples out there, maybe you're a little annoyed with your spice, follow Allana's advice and hopefully it'll help spice up your romance at home. Thank you.